Hey there peeps, I'm here with the last of the prediction game videos for the 2014 Royal Rumble events, and of course, I always end it with the kickoff matchup, which is going to be for the tag team titles. It's going to be Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus the New Age Outlaws. Now, initially, I thought this matchup wasn't going to be on the kickoff. I thought it was going to be on the main card. And when I thought it was going to be on the main card, I wasn't sure who was going to win the match, and I'm still not sure. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I wasn't sure who was going to win the matchup, which team. And then I found out that it was on the kickoff. So when I found out it was on the kickoff, I was still unsure, but then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, this is on the kickoff. So I think Cody and Goldust are definitely going to retain. But I was like, no, wait a minute. You know, I'm not thinking enough here. You know what? I think the New Age Outlaws are going to win. And, so yeah, right now, I'm going with the New Age Outlaws winning this match. And I have a couple of reasons. But at the same time, I'm not ruling out the chances of Cody and Goldust retaining. And a big part of that is the fact that it is on the kickoff. And I'm not sure if the New Age Outlaws, if they're going to win the tag team titles, would they win those titles on the kickoff, or would it take place on like an episode of Raw or on the main card of maybe the next pay-per-view or something like that? But titles have changed hands before on the pre-show. For example, maybe not the tag team titles, but when Antonio Cesaro was the US champion, he lost that championship to Santino Marella, and he was champion for a while. He lost that title to Santino at the SummerSlam pre-show. And then, at WrestleMania 29, The Miz versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz won the championship from Wade Barrett on that pre-show. So, it can happen. The question is, will it happen this Sunday? I'm not sure about that. To be honest, I'm thinking not. I'm thinking it's not going to take place, or, them retaining is not going to take place. But there's always a chance, and I think that chance isn't too low. So anyways, why do I think the New Age Outlaws are going to be walking away with the tag team titles? Well, a big part of that is kind of speculation, or a big part of that is based on the possibility. I was going to say fact. I said it a lot, even though it's not a fact. But based on the possibility of there being a Cody Rhodes versus Goldust match at WrestleMania 30. I know Goldust, for a long time, has been, suggesting that a matchup between him and Cody take place at WrestleMania for a couple years now, I think. For 2 years or so? I don't know. And I know recently on Twitter, Goldust said that he doesn't want to fight his brother anymore. He doesn't want to fight Cody anymore, and they're cool now. But that might just be Goldust trolling us. That might just be Goldust trying to make us think that the match will no longer take place, so that way it's a bit of a surprise when it does take place. But I mean, wrestlers trolling us on Twitter has happened so many times now, from Jericho to recently Jake the Snake Roberts. I think he said that he wasn't going to be on Old School Raw when he was, but of course that could be maybe because he wasn't contacted for it at that time, and then he was contacted later for it. I'm not sure, but just because Goldust said he doesn't want to face Cody anymore, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, and of course that could just be kayfabe. Anyways, now, yeah, a big part of it is the Cody Goldust match. Now, of course, for that match to happen, Cody and Goldust don't necessarily need to lose the tag team titles. They could still face off at WrestleMania with both of them still as tag team champions. I mean, when you look at John Cena versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 23, both of them were still tag team champions. Now, of course, that was kind of a different program, definitely a different program. It was for the WWE Championship, and both of them were in the main event. So I'm not sure if this would happen when it comes to Cody and Goldust as well. To be honest, I think if the match is going to happen, then Cody and Goldust will not be the tag team champions going into the matchup, and one of them will probably be a heel at that time. So either Cody and Goldust, most likely Goldust though, because Cody just turned face. I mean, he didn't just turn face, but it wasn't too long ago that he turned face. You know, he turned face like shortly after Money in the Bank when Damien Sandow won the matchup. So I think it'd be too soon for him to turn back into a heel. Unless, you know, they go like the Big Show route with Cody. Or Big Show turns freaking heel to face, from face to heel, whatever, vice versa, like every single year. You're like, oh, this guy, you know, Big Show, oh, now he's a good guy now? Oh no, now he's a bad guy. You know, he changed it from heel to face so many times. But, yeah, you know, a big part of my decision going with the New Age Outlaws here is thinking that Cody and Goldust is going to take place. Not only that, but, you know, I'm thinking of a scenario in my head where the New Age Outlaws win this matchup. And then, at the Rumble match itself, of course, you have Cody and Goldust as confirmed superstars there. You have either Cody or Goldust eliminate, you know, the other. So, Cody eliminates Goldust or Goldust eliminates Cody. That could kind of start the tension between the two. And then, of course, since they lost their tag team titles, they would get a rematch. That rematch would either take place on an episode of Raw after the Rumble, before the Elimination Chamber, or at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view itself. See, if it happens on an episode of Raw before the Chamber match, before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, then I could see either Cody and Goldust qualifying for the Elimination Chamber, and that kind of making the other one jealous. And that could further the tension between the two. And then they could eventually, you know, one of them attacks the other, and then you could book the match up. They have the match at WrestleMania. Or, at the Elimination Chamber, they have the tag team match, the tag team rematch against the New Age Outlaws, and they lose the matchup. After the match, one of them turns on the other, and there you have it. You've got the feud, and then you have the match at WrestleMania. And then when it comes to Jesse James and Billy Gunn, you could have them put over another team at WrestleMania. It'd be the perfect opportunity to give another team the tag team titles. Because right now, with Cody and Goldust as the tag champs, of course, they're a face team. And when you look at the most popular teams right now on the roster, they're face teams. Or at least the most popular team, apart from Cody and Goldust, is a face team in the Usos. They're pretty damn over. And they've been featured really heavily lately, especially, you know, main eventing Raw and all that stuff. So, they're in a really good spot when it comes to the tag team division. And I think they're next in line for, you know, a shot or a run with the titles. But as long as Cody and Goldust are the tag champs, I can't see the Usos taking those titles away from a face team like Cody and Goldust. Because then they would also have to have a rematch. You know, face versus face doesn't happen too often. And I just can't see the Usos winning the titles from Cody and Goldust. And that was something I was like wondering about. Like, who takes the titles away from Cody and Goldust? I was wondering about that like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few months ago. And, you know, when I was looking at all the teams, it's like, you know, Cody and Goldust pretty much right now have faced off against every single team and defended their titles successfully against like all those teams. The Wyatt family, the Real Americans, I think they faced off against 3MB as well. They've pretty much fought every team apart from maybe R-Truth and Xavier Woods, but they're a really brand new team. I'm not even sure if R-Truth and Xavier Woods qualify as a team right now, since I believe they haven't talked about any intentions to go after the tag team titles. So, when the New Age Outlaws came into the picture and turned on CM Punk and then got a non-title match against the Rhodes brothers, I was like, there you go, right there. That is the perfect opportunity to take the titles away from Cody and Goldust, start the tension between the two, and start the feud, and then the New Age Outlaws could go on to WrestleMania as the tag champs and put over another team like the Usos. It could be New Age Outlaws versus the Usos, and there you could have the Usos finally win the tag team titles. So anyways, that's pretty much it for my detailed prediction. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, as always, you can click that like button down below. With that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.